guys, and happy Saturday night. Welcome to another squad builder, but this isn't just any squad builder, guys. This is the Premier League Fantasy Football Squad Builder. I'll go into that in just a bit, but before we do, if we could blast 1,000 likes on this episode, that would be fucking epic. Subscribe button is on the screen. @SvitbuckHD is my Twitter handle, so you know when I'm pink slipping and live streaming. Also, if you're looking for cheap and reliable Ultimate Team coin service, the gamekeys.co.uk. Link is in the description below. Use ZWE for 5% off all purchases. But boys, what this squad builder is, this is the team I'm going to be using in the Premier League Fantasy Football Tournament. That tournament consists of 6 YouTubers, including myself, Finch, Nepenthes, Itani, Skills, and Bateson. So there's a lot of good competition there, and the way it works is we had a fantasy football draft. We all got in a Skype call. You can actually check that video out on Skills' channel. I have a link to that fantasy draft in the description below. That video went live this morning that you can go over and check out. The way it worked was our names were randomly drawn out of a hat. I believe Clutch did the honors. So there's 6 people. I was seeded 5th, so I didn't get the first overall, which I'm not too disappointed about. I think Finch got the first overall. First round is 1 through 6. The second round starts in reverse snake order. So Skills had the 6th pick. He has the first pick in the second round, and then it reverts back to me. So it's a snake order. Finch had the first pick, and then he's got a pick at the end of the second, beginning of the third, so on and so forth. The coolest thing about this tournament, in my opinion, was that people are going to be forced to use teams they've never ever used before, combination with players that you would never ever think of. So it was definitely interesting. I'm going to be really excited to play my first game. I'm not sure who I'm going to be seated up against, but you're going to see the first game tomorrow, which is Sunday. But without any further ado, let's check out the squad that I put together. Now, my first pick, the 5th pick overall in the Premier League Fantasy Football Draft, was none other than my freaking boy, Andre Schürrle. I picked him because of the pace. He's got a ripper of a shot at 82, and he's obviously got the 4-star skills moves and the 4-star weak foot. You guys are going to see a triangle of Chelsea players. But let's move on to my second round pick. Moving on to my next pick, I went striker. I want to shore up that offense. I mean, it's a fine balance. Some guys went offensive heavy, some guys went balanced, some guys picked some of the best defensive players early, but I decided to go offensive. So I went with none other than Sergio Aguero, the Man City striker. Guy's an absolute beast. He's got 90 dribble, 88 pace, that 84 shot. Guy's an absolute freak, 5'9". You know, he's not the tallest guy in the world, not the best guy to have at striker if you're looking for a heading team, but the guy is an absolute beast. Moving on to my third round pick, it is arguably my favorite player that I chose in this entire draft. I got some, he's a value pick, that's for sure, but he is well worth it. It is Chelsea man, De Bruyne. The guy is a freaking stud. He's got 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. Not really a more consistent player for being just 80 overall. He's got 80 pass, 82 dribble, and that's 79 shot though. 79 pace, which is pretty much all you need at center attack midfielder, but definitely happy I was able to snag him. Moving on to my first defensive player, I'm going with a tried and true legend in the Premier League, and that is none other than Ramirez. I mean, the pace though. The pace though. He's still got the 76 defense. The guy is an absolute tank. That was the Chelsea triangle I'm referring to: Schürrle, De Bruyne, and Ramirez. So I'm already feeling like I got a really good start with my first 4 round picks. Alright boys, so moving on to my next defensive pick, we are going... Now you have to keep in mind that a lot of the good players were gone already, so I was left with Chiriches, which is not a shabby pick at all. 82 pace, plenty of pace for a center back. 77 defense for a 75 overall card. 82 pace and 77 defense is not too shabby, I might say so myself. The one downside is the 65 passing, and his height is only 6 foot. You want at least a 6'2", 6'3" guy there, especially in the Bundesliga when you're used to having Mats Hummels and Boateng with that height. But as you're going to see, height is going to be a theme with this particular squad. Moving on with my next defensive pick, in round 6, I went with left back, Everton left back Leighton Baines. Not a more consistent left back card in the Premier League. If you can name one, I mean, Kieran Gibbs is an absolute stud, but for what he is, for what you can get him for, I think Leighton Baines is an absolute stud. 6th round pick. Completely happy with him. Bunch of jeers when I picked him. We did the draft on a Skype call, so like I said before, that link to that video is in the description below. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with being able to snag Baines. Alright, so we're moving back on to the offensive side of the things, and I was shocked that this guy lasted to the 7th round, to be honest with you. I mean, I know he's not the paciest guy in the world. A lot of guys, a lot of dudes, especially Finch and Bateson, went pace heavy, but I said, hey, I got my pace guy in Aguero early. I got Schürrle early. I'm going to make up for it with some pace later on, so I decided to go with a true finisher, and that is Man City striker Robin van Persie. I mean, Van Persie and Aguero and De Bruyne, That triangle there is absolutely lethal. We're going to have to see how they play in the games, but I was very satisfied with that 89 shot, though. So the all-important right mid, I went with someone who's got possibly the best pace in all the Premier League, and that man is none other than Theo Walcott. He's got the 96 pace. He's got the 71 pass, which leaves a bit desired, which leaves a little bit to be desired. Doesn't have anything in the way of skill moves or anything like. He's strictly pace, so the combination of himself and Schürrle feeding Aguero and Van Persie should prove to be lethal. Let's keep our fingers crossed that that is the case. Moving on to shore up my right back position, I'm going with my boy Micah Richards. He is just such a good right back. 81 pace. He's got 69 pass, which isn't elite, but that 81 defense and the 88 heading. The guy is 5'11". If he gets in the box, he will be able to help create opportunities. One of the interesting things was that keepers actually went late. As soon as Petr Cech was taken, it was on. Everyone started taking keepers, so I had to get my shot in, and I think I got one of the better Premier League keepers in Begovic. The guy is consistent, so I'm happy I got one of the at least top 5 keepers in the Premier League on my side. Moving on to my last player, and in the 11th round, I took this might do me in, honestly. The combined height of Figueroa and Chiriches is not impressive at all. He's 5'11". Chiriches is 6 foot. You want at least 6'2" for your center backs there, so I'm not in good shape. Leighton Baines 5'7", Figueroa 5'11", Chiriches 6 foot, and then Micah Richards 5'11". So I've got a fairly short back line, which if I come against someone that has speedy wingers and tall strikers, I might be done for, given how OP heading is. But boys, this is the squad that hopefully is going to lead me to glory. Again, I don't know who I'm paired up first, but keep an eye out on Twitter. I'll let you guys know there. And also, let me know what you think about this squad. Let me know what you think about this series. I think there's a lot of exciting things going on. This is going to be, I think, a very, very fun tournament to take part in. And just to be clear, guys, like Skills made clear in his video, there are going to be 3 games in the first leg. The person that scores the most goals in that first leg immediately goes to the final, and then that second game between the remaining 2 decides who goes to play that final. So if I score the most goals, if Finch scores the most goals in this first leg, they go directly to the finals. Then if I advance or someone else advances, there's a second game, and then that second game decides who meets that top scorer in the final. The first games go live tomorrow, the second game goes live Monday, and then the final is Tuesday. So I think we have an exciting few days wrapped up here. The coolest thing about this tournament, it only lasts 3 days, so there's not a lot of stuff that you need to keep up with. The draft video is awesome. I think the series idea is awesome. Definitely let me know in the comment section below what you think about this series. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. Till next time, boys, tschüss, later, ade.